Hi, this is Carrie and Jen, and we are here to talk to you about Google Groups. Google Groups allows educators to communicate and collaborate. Groups can be used to create online forums to discuss various topics and share resources with colleagues or other educators. To access Google Groups, there's two ways that you can do so. The first is by typing in Google Chrome, groups.google.com. Okay, and to just search for a group, something that is relatable to your subject area or your content area. For example, I'm going to search for library makerspaces since that seems to be a hot item nowadays in library. So if I type in library makerspaces and I go to the bottom, it'll allow me to search for library makerspaces in any group. Okay, I have two groups that match library makerspaces here. The first one is library makerspaces working group. It gives me a brief description. So it's a forum for the discussion of public libraries as collaborative workshops. So I'm going to try this one out. So I'm going to click here. Again, it gives me a brief introduction about the group, and this is a public group, so it doesn't require me to get permission to join this group. So I'm going to click join group to post. Okay, it gives me an option on my display name. If I edit, it'll allow me to, I can create a nickname if I want. If I don't want to use my full last name, I can just do Jennifer S. And I'm going to click link to my Google profile to show my Google profile if I choose. Also, it gives me an option for email delivery preference. So right now, it's set as don't send email updates, send daily summaries, send combined updates, notify me for every new message, which is what I really don't want. So I'm going to select don't send email updates, and I'm going to join this group. Okay, and it'll show me briefly all the different threads or all the new topics that are present here on this group. All right, so that is one way that I can join a group. The second way to join a Google group is to be emailed a group. This is considered a private group, usually through email. It requires an emailed invitation to access that group. So if I go back to my email, Carrie sent me an email that says Google Test Group. I'm going to click on that, and it says Carrie Pecoraro invited you to join Google Test Group 747. So I'm going to click the accept this invitation button. Okay, and it says you've successfully joined the group Google Test Group 747. So I can visit the group's homepage, I can email the whole group. So I'm going to just click on Google Group. It'll take me back to Google Groups through the internet. All right, and here is the new thread or new topic that Carrie had posted. All right, just briefly before I get into how to post on Google Groups, a couple things. On the left-hand side, you have the option of, it says groups. Underneath that, you have my groups. This will show you all the different groups that you belong to. So I currently belong to the Hauppauge group, the Baldwin School District group, Carrie's Google Test group, and the Library Makerspace group that I just joined before. What you can do with this is that, for example, on the Google Test group, it didn't prompt me to ask to change my settings right away. So what I want to do, instead of having it every new message emailed to me, I want to say don't send email updates. So again, this is your preference with what you want, but you can be selective on the groups that you have, whether or not you want every message sent to you or you don't want them emailed. This is also the area in my groups that you'll use if you no longer want to belong to a certain group. You can just select leave this group, refresh your browser, and it'll take you off the group. Okay, posting to the group. So if I go to Carrie's test group, okay, she has a post or a new thread called hello. All right, this is going to be what they call a thread. If I click on this, her question to me was it easy to join this group? So I can reply here. It was easy to join a group through email. All right, and I'm going to post below. All right. And now there are 2 posts here. So here's Carrie's thread, and here's my post below that. Now, if I want to post a new topic, if I go back to the main page for the Google test group, if I select new topic, it will give me what they call a thread, a new thread. So I'm going to call this, again, going back to what Carrie and I are doing now in Hauppauge, Makerspace Library Resources. So I might ask a question, what Makerspace resources do you have in your library, as a question? Okay, again, as my new topic. And I'm going to click the post button up top. Okay, let me see, where'd it go? Actually, I'm not really sure why it didn't pop up here right away. It should be coming up right below here as a new topic. Let me try that again. Email update, subject. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here it is. Here's my new topic. Here's my new thread, Library Makerspaces, right here. Okay, post sources here, and then here is where members of the group can come and reply to the group here. Okay, another thing that you can do with Google Groups. So if I go back to Library Makerspaces, because there's a few posts here. All right, I'm going to have one that has, let's see. So this person's asking librarians a question about makerspaces. If I find a post that I really like, I can star the post, okay? And where this shows up on the left side is underneath my groups. If I click on starred, okay, it'll show me all the different posts that I want to be able to view easily, or ones that I want to favorite, and they'll come up in the starred section on the left-hand side as well. So again, if there's something that you don't want to lose, because it's, you know, a pretty quick type of thread and it's moving quick and you're afraid you might lose the information, you can star it and it'll keep the information here. Okay. Also, one more thing I just want to show you. So if I go back to Carrie's group, okay, and I click on one of the sources that I had, actually, wait, if I want to go back to the main page, if I click on, oops, actually, this isn't going to work because it's only 2 of us. So if I go actually to our group, so I'm going to go to our Hauppauge group. If I click on, let's see, week 6, it'll show 70 posts by 13 authors. If I drop down the topic options here, it'll give me an option for chronological view or tree view. Chronological view just shows you everyone's thread. All right, so if I look here, here's everyone's thread here. You can see when they posted in chronological date order. If I go up top and I drop this down again and I do tree view, okay, as Erin has showed us before, it'll then show me not only everyone's thread, but it'll also show you everyone's responses underneath each new topic or each new thread. Okay, I'm going to now switch you over to Carrie, and she is going to talk about how to create a new group and all those functions. Oops, let me switch. Okay.
Okay, so now that Jen showed you how to join a group once it's already created, I'm going to show you how to create one. So once you start at Google Groups on the home page right here, the first thing you're going to do is go to the top where it says create a group. Okay, as you click on that, it's going to ask you for a name. So as I type it in, you'll see that it's creating an email address. That will be our email address for our group. Okay, and for a description, I can just put test group, and I'll leave it at that for now. Below that, it has the option for the group's primary language, which we're going to keep at English, but there are many different languages, as you can see. And then you have to decide what type of a group you would like. Okay, so if I click here and do the drop-down menu, you'll see that there are 4 different types. There's an email list where members can communicate with each other using just a single email address. You can have a web forum where the members of the Google Groups have a forum to communicate, a Q&A forum where they can ask and answer questions, or a collaborative inbox where they can assign topics to each other's and tasks to the members. So for today, I'm going to choose web forum. And below that are the basic permissions. Okay, again, I use the drop-down menu. Who can view, who can post, and who can join the group. I don't want this to be public, and since Jen and I are the only members of the group right now, it's okay if I leave the rest checked. It's the managers of the group, all members of the group, and the owners, which we fit into all 3 categories, so that's fine to leave them all checked, unless we had more people join, and then we could change that as well. And the same thing for posting. Who can post? All are fine for me except for public, and who can join. And I'm going to click on only invited users. Okay, once all of those have been done, you go back up to the top and click create. It's going to ask you if you're a robot. You have to assure it that you are not. I have to click. Okay. And we should be good. Okay, it congratulates you. It tells you everything that you can do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to link it to my Google profile. And it's okay if I leave my name. I know Jen had taken hers out because she was on a public forum before, but it's just a private one, so I'm okay. And I'm going to save my changes. And you'll see right here, it has Jen and Carrie, and it's shared privately. Some of the things that you can do are add a welcome message. So if I click there, and I might want to put a picture in, and it will make it easier to identify the correct group that you're in. I'm going to choose from my photos and select a photo. And then I can type a small message welcoming people to the group. Okay, type. Okay, and you are able to change the font and the color and the size. We'll make that large. And I'm going to save. Now, when somebody comes to the group, it's just nice to be able to differentiate between the many groups that you might have. Okay, so now we have the group created. I'm going to choose a new topic. Okay, so my topic would be Google Groups. And the question I might ask is, now that we have been using this all week, do you think it's difficult to use? Okay, that was the question I chose, and I want to post it now to the group. And you'll see that it's up here, it's posted, and I can send it out now. Right now, there's nobody in this group besides myself, so I need to invite people. So to do that, I'm going to go up here to the right-hand side where it says Manage. I'm going to click on Manage, and I'm going to go to the left and invite members. I can start typing an email address. I'm going to invite Jen and say, please join my group. And once my message has been done, I can add multiple email addresses if I wanted to, and then send invites. Again, it's asking me if I'm a robot. I think I've done this many times, so. And hopefully that'll be good. Okay. All right. So the invitation has been sent to one person. Done. Okay. So now my group is created. I have a picture. I've invited somebody, and I've created a post. Now I want to make sure that I'm not going to get emailed 100 times every time somebody posts. So to do that, to change my settings, I can go back to my groups and I'll see Jen and Carrie's group right here. And I can change that every new message to don't send me email updates, or the others, send daily or combined. So I'm going to say don't send updates. And that has been changed now. Now, one more thing that I can do is once that I have created a group and I post and I no longer want to be in the group, again, I can leave from here. Or if I'm the creator and I want to take the group down, I can go into the group itself. I can go up on the right-hand side where it says Manage again, and then go to the left where it says Information and Advanced. And this is the place where I can either delete the group or I can change the group, okay? So before we said we wanted a web form. If I want to just change it to an email list, I can do that here, okay? Or a Q&A forum, any of the 4 choices. This would be the place to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this group. It asks you, are you sure? Because it'll be permanent. I'm deleting it. And if I go back to my groups, you can see that it was removed from my list. So I'm hoping that this was helpful. We've showed you now how to join and search for a new Google group, how to create your own group, and how to leave or take away a group. And good luck.